the more you know. Paige Winston, everybody. This next poet, I met her this semester. She lives in a very small house that's apparently quite big inside. But here she is, Jess Thompson.
Hey guys, yes indeed, that is me that lives in the midget house that you all wanted to see. Alright, this is called Press Play to Pause. My girlfriend says that I watch too many movies. I'm not sure what that exactly means. Either she is insinuating that I am lazy or that I watch a shit ton of movies. And I'll trust the latter to be true, and let me present my case as such as I inform you that each day I walk a malleable line between anxiety and insanity that lends itself sometimes to the discovery that I am not always walking as smoothly as I should, but probably more like Johnny Cash, often veering off course with these toes that are never quite pointed enough and cause this frail body to sway far too much. But I try and I try to put on these ripped, tattered jeans, slide on these beaten-in, soul-torn shoes, the ones that I should probably throw out, but I just don't have the heart to. I wanted to play my part in this hipster world. I wanted to be a poetry junkie with marks up my arms and a mind like a San Fran beat, Kerouac, underground genius, throwing down lines with elements of surprise. I wanted to be the weird, the unusual, the blatant, the crude. I wanted to be the nonconformist, the boundary tester, the generator toward new. And they say you've got freedom of speech, as long as you don't say anything. And Baraka, I hear you. And I too want to riot, and I too want to say something and have it be heard. So please, as I lay down these words, just listen, just try to understand that these lines that come forth towards your earbuds are crafted creations that have emerged from the networking of my brain. A system of interlocking connection that spitfires at a rate much too fast to contemplate and react, and hence, I am always fashionably late. As I sit here in front of the screen, insinuating stimulation that slows all wavelengths down, backs time into a corner, and forces it to be still. If only for a moment. It shouldn't work this way. An injection of electrifying propagation should not be the cause of this stagnation that causes everything to just stop and relax a little while. But this is how it works. A double-barreled shotgun, a parallel system where each assists the other, fires spews from the mouth of the one, vomits forth wild imagination, a chaotic eruption that brings the other forward, battalion boots laced to the knee, pulls it back by the hair, makes it simmer into ashes of intermission and pause. And sit still, and just be. I hate stillness. Cringing from the inside out as projections of invisible needle tips prick their way through my skin, I twitch with the stillness. Comfortability turns into a scene of uncomfortable proportion, and my body begins to resemble the twists of a contortionist amidst their act of superior performance rapport. And let's just say that I don't particularly fare well finagling my body into such elastic positions unless I'm on a dance floor induced by a disinhibition, aroused by a healthy dosage of intoxication, and very little resistance or hesitation to draw attention. I don't enjoy stillness. And to further my position, I don't adhere to silence particularly well either. I will never be found in the position of self-induced silence that forces me to spend alone time with myself in the expansive room of my deep-seated thoughts that lead me towards self-discrimination, resulting in a critical analysis that falls much too far on the side of severity, diminishes and evaporates all semblance of clarity that existed before the evacuation of sound took off with my sanity attached on its back, with its sneering and poking fun as it glanced behind. Only holes once occupied by notes of soothing voices remain, overcome by vapors of harsh tonal qualities that have erupted to fill the voids with some essence of noise. It's not silence, I suppose, that I struggle with per se, but more so the fact that silence refuses to exist silently, which in my opinion would be popularly agreed upon by the majority of the poetic society that sits here in front of me tonight. Come on, folks, look at us. We are a mixed-up concoction of drunks and insomniacs, blazers and obsessive-compulsive, each to their own extent. So much so that we cannot cope with lapses in sound, so we compensate by obsessing over its proper insertion into everything we write, because we know all too well that when sound disappears, we too cease to be alive. I don't want to die out with the commonality of the norm. I don't want to be just another person too afraid to speak up and act against the majority of this society which creates what is acceptable, the appropriate structure and form that is only desirable to those who want to be structured in monotony. I refuse to be silent and chained down, kept still against my will, so hear me, and you don't have to understand me, just let me be me, entangled with all of my quirks and insanities. My girlfriend says I watch too many movies. And that may be true. And perhaps some of you are just like me and need to enact some excitation within your minds just to be able to survive amongst all the complexities of your inherent wirings. And therefore, I will continue to extend this extremity horizontally, press play, let the noise embody me, carry me away into a virtual reality, to a place where I can escape amongst the sound waves, if only for a little while, and breathe. Thank you.